Oh, did anybody need more time to write? Okay. This is what you need in your notes. Oh, we're going to do three things. Write linear inequalities, graph them, and determine if a point is a solution. Okay, this is the slide that needs to go in your notes. We'll take some time with it. And for inequalities, there are basically two things that you need to look at in order to graph them properly. First is when you're graphing an inequality, we only use a solid line if it has that dash under the inequality symbol, that or equals to. If it doesn't have that, then you have to use a dotted line. Right? If your inequalities are in the form of y is greater than some expression, then you shade above the graph. If for the blank, it's just any expression. Like this could be, 2x plus 5, or this could be like, -3. It's just any expression. And same thing for number 3. If y is less than or equal to, or strictly less than, again, any expression, could be a number, could be like 2x plus 5, then you shade below the graph, and you can always test whether or not you've shaded properly by using a test point, like plugging 0, 0 into your inequality.
So you can do any expression for.
Yes, inequalities could be written in a lot of different expressions. Other than those three things, you graph inequalities the same way you would graph a linear equation. Those are the only differences. Okay, does anybody need more time to write? All right, most important thing, go into your notes today then. This example. I think if you follow along, pay attention for this example, this lesson 8.3 will be easy peasy lemon squeezy for you. All right, our goal is to graph the linear inequality y is less than 2x minus 1. If you are looking at your phone right now, you are about to have your phone sent to the office. Yep, pay attention. The most important thing we're doing today. Michael, I'll say it again for you. Put that phone away, or it's going to the office. Pay attention for this slide. And then we'll have like no questions. All right, this is what's going to be on your quiz too. This is for the last 8.3 is 8.1, 2, and 3 is on the quiz. So, yeah, sure. You just missed the most important thing for class. That's okay. Go. All right, to graph this inequality, there are 4 steps that you have to do. First step, plot your y-intercept. Write this down. If you're doing the guided notes, you should see that as the first sentence. Plot the y-intercept. For our problem, the y-intercept is -1. That's our b value, right? So we're going to plot that right here. Step number 2 is the one I get asked about the most. In order to draw a line, you need 2 points. We only have 1. To get your second point, you will use your slope. Oh, let's try that P again. Use your slope, the rise over run. Our problem has a slope of 2, which is the same thing as 2 over 1. So from this point right here, I'm going to go up 2 over 1. Up 2 over 1. Up 2 over 1. Up 2 over 1. You can also go down 2, left 1. Down 2, left 1. Down 2, left 1. Okay, that's the most step I get asked about the most. Is everyone okay with how we came up with all those other points? And I appreciate your all attention right now. I think this is going to save us a lot of headaches. Get a good foundation here. Step 3. You then have to decide whether or not this is going to be a dotted or solid line. Remember that if it's this or this, you use a dotted line. If it's this or this, you do a solid line. If it has the or equal to, then points on the line are also solutions, right? Because they could be equal to. If it doesn't, then points on the line are not solutions. And to indicate that, we use a dotted line. For this problem, it is strictly less than, right? There's no dash under here. So we will connect these with a dotted line. Which, to be honest, for our problem, like the dots were probably already fine. So this means points on line. Yeah, let me try that. All right, last thing. This is the second most thing I get asked questions about. And that is the shading. Because this is an inequality, then we need to shade it for what all of my potential solutions are. If it is less than or less than or equal to, you shade below. If it's greater than or greater than or equal to, you shade above. So again, for our problem, it is less than. So I'm going to shade below the line. Everything in this shaded region are solutions. Everything not is not a solution. All right, that's it. Okay? Those are 4 steps. Okay, the other questions that I'm going to ask you to do aren't so bad. They are asking whether or not points are solutions. So this point, 2, 0, 2, 0 is right here. That's the point 2, 0. Is that point a solution to this inequality? Yes, because it's in the shaded region. So this one is yes. And you can test that by actually plugging in. If we plug in 2 for x and 0 for y, is 0 less than 2 times 2 minus 1? Yes. So 0 is less than 3. Does that make sense? What about the point 0, 0? That's not a solution. Why not? It's not in the shaded area. So this is not a solution. And we can test that by again plugging in. If I plug in 0 for y and 0 for x, is 0 less than 2 times 0 minus 1? The answer to that is no, because 0 is not less than -1. That's not true. Okay, and this is the one I'm going to get asked about the most. Is the point 1, 1 a solution? That's this point right here. It's actually on the dotted line. Is that point a solution? No. If it's dotted, that means no. The reason why is let's test it. So this is also not. If we plug in 1 and 1, is 1 less than 2 times 1 minus 1?
Yes.
No. Because 1, okay, if you do 2 times 1, you get 2, right? Minus 1 is 1. Is 1 less than 1? No.
Well, of course not.
Yeah. That's ridiculous. So again, if it's a dotted line, that means points on the line are not solutions because they actually equal, right? If it's less than or equal to or greater than or equal to, then that means they are solutions, right? Because it could be or equal to. Does that make sense? You buying what I'm selling? You put in already the groceries that I'm buying? When I first started dating my girlfriend, who's now my wife, the weirdest thing about her family, they have this culture that's just like so ingrained in them that when someone has groceries and they're finished shopping, they would call home and say, hey, I'm almost like 5 minutes away with the groceries. Go stand outside and get ready to unpack. Everybody's like, oh, okay, that's perfect sense. And everyone else would go out, the car would pull in, and they just all take the groceries in together.
Yeah.
That's so weird.
No,
Like, why do I have to
they
go
call-
outside
they
and wait?
call And say, get your socks and shoes on, they come down. And stand out there for like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
until they come, and the children. of the-
That's right. Well, I mean, that's true. I was a sophomore in high school at the time, but that's so, like, can't they just come inside and be like, hey, I'm here, groceries are out in the car, go get them. That's what my family would always do, right? And then you go out and help with the groceries.
Those plungers to go in the.
Yeah, why do you have to go wait outside?
That's plungers to go in the house, so the groceries are here, they go back out.
Oh, you're disagreeing with me.
Yeah,
You're one of those people.
that's wasting time. Yeah, I'm
Mm-mm.
gonna walk all the way upstairs.
Uh-uh.
Go to the house.
Yeah.
Come back out to get groceries.
I don't like that. All right, are we okay with this one? That's if you can do this, that's what's on that's 8.3, to be honest. Actually, there's one more type of problem that we'll talk about, which is doing this all backwards. But I feel like that's the easier one. I don't know, maybe not. All right, let's have you try one. Do this. Graph this line and identify whether or not, okay, hold on. Why did it do that? Let's fix that. There we go. That looks nice. And identify whether or not these 2 points are solutions. All right, we are going to take this in steps. The first thing I need you to do is plot the y-intercept. I'll give you 30 seconds just for that one step. And I'll give you a minute. That way you can draw the coordinate plane if you need to and all that stuff.
We can come around.
I am going to come around and look at everyone's sheet of paper.
We come to my school.
Sure.
y-intercept. Yeah. So hold on. You're right, that is, oh, that should be negative. First step, plot the line.
Okay, that's a minute. So what's the y-intercept? Boom, right there.
-4.
-4. Okay, and then step 2, I'll give you another minute for this step. I need you to plot the rest of your points by, again, use your slope, the rise over run. Okay? I'll give you another minute for that. Mason, do you have a question?
Okay, so if I can just-
You too, Steve. Already plot the y-intercept. Next thing, use your slope.
Your slope is not. This is a little. Should be more simple. If you want to go 3 over 2. You want to go up 3 over 2.
So the point.
But the shading and all that activity is right.
Do you want a paper for today?
No.
Doing? We got the y-intercept. First, plot A. And then for the second step, to get the rest of your point. Slope 3 over 2. So, yep, from that point. Up to the top.
Did you quiz last night?
Yeah, I got first.
Not quite. You want to use up 3 and over 2 from this. So from this one, go up 3 over 2. It's actually really close. Slightly off.
Okay, so our slope for this problem is 3 over 2, right? So we need to go up 3 over 2, up 1, 2, 3 over 2, up 3 over 2, and then also down 3, left 2. Yay? All right. Third option, do we connect those with a dotted or solid line? I'll give you just 20 seconds to think what your answer is, why, and do it. Dotted or solid? All right. What do we think? Why is it a solid line?
Because it says when the applicator is facing the thing, the one underneath it, it has to be exactly the same.
Because of the line underneath it. That line underneath it tells us or equal to, which means points on the line where they are equal, left and the right side, are solutions. So we want to connect this with a solid line. All right, last step. Do we shade above or below? Again, I'll give you 30 seconds to think about what your answer is and why.
What are we doing?
Do we shade above or below? All right, what do you think? Above or below? It is below. Why?
You said why?
Yeah,
Because, when the little, something is facing the right, it has to be shaded a little bit.
yep, we are less than. When y is less than x, or less than your expression, we want to shade below the line. These are the solutions to that inequality. Everything on the line and below it. So, last 30 seconds, tell me for these 2 points, 0, -4, right here, and 2, 3, right here. Is each of those points a solution or not?
Would you ask?
Is 0, -4 a solution or not? Is 2, 3 a solution or not? Okay, is 0, -4 a solution?
No.
Uh-oh, fight, fight, fight. Oh, it is on the line and the line is solid. So this is yes. If we plug in -4 less than or equal to 3/2 times 0 minus 4. Is that true? Well, 3/2 times 0 is 0. 0 minus 4 is -4. So is -4 less than or equal to -4? Yes, because of the or equals to. Is 2, 3 a solution? No. And again, if we test that, is 3 less than or equal to 3/2 times 2 minus 4? Well, that would be, is 3 less than or equal to, what would that be? 6 divided by 2 is 3, minus 4 is -1. Is 3 less than or equal to -1? Nope. I think, I'm gonna be honest, I think that tomorrow is gonna be a work day. Because we only have one more slide to do for 8.3. And then we're done. All right. So again, this is a question you should expect to see on your quiz on Thursday. Do we feel okay about this? Do we want another example? One more shot at this?
Yeah.
Are you sure? Okay. Does anyone need more time to write? Look at all these people. Do you want me to stand by it?
Yeah.
No. All right. Last thing we're doing today then. We're gonna now do this backwards, okay? We want to write an inequality for this graph below. So, again, the steps are very similar. First, tell me, what is the y-intercept? Give you a minute for that. That's me. Yeah,
And then,
a Boys in the Hood necklace.
no.
Just a necklace.
Sure. And then.
And
And
then
now
you
it kind
go
of sucks because.
That's pretty cool.
Then I get a new diamond watch.
A Dagon watch.
Diamond watch. And then I'll do some earrings. Give me a chain. And I'm just rocking out blue this summer.
Yeah.
Blue, black, and white.
Tomorrow, I'm getting nothing. It's gonna be pretty exciting. But now I feel like I need to go get something, so maybe I'll buy something for myself. Okay, that is a minute. Can anyone tell me what the y-intercept is?
17.
No, it's a little high.
How did you get 17?
He's just guessing. What is it? How did you get 2?
Because you go over to me.
It's right there. It's on the y-axis. It's sitting there for you to just tell me it's 2. All right, now I need the slope. So again, I need the rise over the run. So how much do we go up and over?
Up, 1, over 3.
You have a minute to decide between 3 and 2.
3.
Bum, bum,
Goes
bum.
over 3.
It goes over 1.
Goes over 2 and up. This is all we did last.
Oh, did you do the shading and all that stuff too? Oh, that's cool. Usually I get my algebra student from, or my geometry students say, oh, I don't remember doing this at all. They could graph the line, but then like the shading and the dotted are solid.
No, it's actually, I kind of like it because hypothetically speaking, it's like seeing it as
Hypothetically.
hypothetical.
That is the mark of a good teacher, letting you skip class to go to the gas station.
Yep.
All right, what's the rise over run again? 1 over 2. You go up 1 over 2. Okay. Third, are we going to do less than, greater than, or is it less than or equal to, greater than or equal to? Do we include the line under the inequality symbol? This one just 28 seconds. Pick your choice. All right, what do we think? Do we put the line or equals to line under it?
Yeah,
Yeah, why?
it says you have to fill
No, 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 no. You're looking at the wrong line. Look at line 1,
at what point?
first line. Inequalities with a less than or equal to or greater than or equal to are graphed with a solid line.
Does it say that?
It totally says that. Inequalities review sub point 1. I'm gonna go over there and underline it. But we do not use the or equals to ones. We cannot use either of these because our line is dotted. It is strictly less than and strictly greater than. Points on the line are not solutions because it's dotted. Yay? Okay, last question before we ask one more question. Is it then less than or is it greater than? 30 seconds.
That's the first.
Wasn't it?
All right, what do we think? Less than or greater than? Uh-oh. What do we think? Less than or greater than? You think less than? Why? Just because we feel like less than right now. What's the test? Look at the shading, right? We're shading above. So since we're shading above the line, we want to do greater than, because we shaded above. So then if we put all these four things together, our equation is y is greater than 1/2 x plus 2. That is the inequality for this graph. Do we want to, I think we want to do one more of those.
No.
I'm getting the sense that that one is, oh, well, we'll do it for bell work tomorrow. All right, the last thing, the last question on this, last 60 seconds. This is 0.2, or here, hold on, let me grab it. All right, here is the 0.23. This 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. -3, 4. Tell me for each of those points, are they solutions or not?
No.
So if you ever like have students and they like do the weird things and you just like question.
None of my students do anything weird ever.
Why are you
Ever.
looking at me like that's literally like that?
None, no student I've ever had has done anything weird ever.
Oh, for real?
Okay.
Yeah.
Have you ever looked at
No one
a-
has ever said 17 when finding the y-intercept of 2.
Have you ever looked at a student and like, I don't know,
Just reconsidered my entire life choices
yeah,
based on what made them do that.
have you ever questioned a student's outfit choices?
I have not.
Oh,
Huh?
I have not done that.
Question
okay.
What about my question, Harold? What about my?
Ariana.
Yeah. You just go for
All right,
it.
last thing. Is this point over here, -3, 4? I plotted that in the wrong spot. I'm sorry. I'll do this one. -3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's right here. All right, Ray,
Yeah,
is -3, 4 a solution?
yeah.
Yes. Why?
Um.
It's in the shaded region.
Yeah.
Is this a solution?
Yeah. No, it's fine with you.
No, because it's a
Non.
dotted line. All right. This homework is due Thursday. Anyone want a paper copy?